Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Rees. Merry Christmas to all of you. Welcome back to Tekkit 2. I can't wait to get comments from folks who watched this series during summer of 2024 who are like, yeah, it's July. Or 2025. It happens from time to time, you know? But welcome back. We are back down here in the basement where, as you can see, things have changed. If at the end of the last video you thought, geez, that ending felt rushed, it was. I needed to leave. I had to stop recording. And I was like, we'll just have to stop here. This is going to be what it is. But I wanted to talk about this machine here a little bit more before we carried on, because I did come back and make some changes, and I also did something else. You could call it cheating. I call it being a little cheeky, okay? Here's what we did. We went ahead and we elevated everything like I said we would, so that all of the MFSUs and all of the solar panels are all connected to all of the other MFSUs and all of the other solar panels and all of the mass fabricators, so that they can pool their excess resources. And I achieved that by just doing glass fiber cable, MFSU, glass fiber cable, high voltage solar panel. And what I found was that even though the machine should be consuming enough power to have one-to-one between production and consumption, there was excess power from somewhere. And it very slowly started to fill first the MFSUs in the middle, and then once those were full, slowly it went outward. Now, I went ahead and grabbed the maximum number of solar panels I could from upstairs, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. And I added them down here. Fortunately, they made up this nice little grid, which is a grid pattern, I should say, where I place them every other block. Now, you might look at this and say, now wait a minute, Rees, that's not quite right what you've done. That's not quite how the pattern should work. And you're correct. You are correct. So what you're going to end up with here is either two side by side, because it's an even number, or there's not one at this end here. But I went ahead and did them like this because there's a pipe coming down here anyway, and it's fine, and who cares, you know, at the end of the day. This is just to add that little bit of extra power generation during the day to top off the MFSUs so they can all keep running after dark and get 24 hours in-game and real life if you leave the game running of UU matter generation. Now, I also moved the disposal chest up here, which is where, you know, sometimes this thing just, for whatever reason, you end up with a bit of scrap metal in the system with nowhere to go. And I'm not sure exactly what causes that. Maybe there's too big a delay between when an individual machine says, hey, I could use some. It's like a hair in my mouth. Geez, I wonder where that came from. Wonder how that got there. Anyway, I think maybe like one at the very end will say, hey, I could use some scrap metal, and so it sends some scrap metal, and then before it gets here, it says, hey, I could use some scrap metal, and it sends it again, but then the first batch arrives, and the second batch gets here, and it's like, I can't go anywhere here, I'm confused, and then just throws up on the floor. I don't know if that's what's happening, but for whatever reason, we have the disposal chest up here, and as we add more banks of this, you know, boom, 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 I can see moving more things up here to the center. Also, we needed to power the teleporters down here, so this is what I've done. They're tied in directly to the high voltage solar panel because the MFSU is always full. Because this, we just don't use that much energy. We just don't, which is fantastic. But this is how I've got it set up for now, and I left it running overnight. This has been running now for at least about, what time is it? Close to 16 hours, I want to say. And we still have no UU matter. I mean, I know it looks like we have UU matter, but that's because you haven't seen what happens after it hits about 7 or 8. I can't remember. I think to make iridium, it's 7. There it goes. There you go. Yeah, so 16 hours of this and the one upstairs running, and where are we at? Nowhere. This is the reason why it's not just a full bank. Good gosh. Give me a second. That's why we always silence our phones before we start the recording. Otherwise, you will get a heart attack. Why is it so much more frightening when you're recording, as opposed to if I'm just like normally sitting here and I get a phone call? It's like no big deal. I guess it's because I'm in a zone right now, right? I'm super hyper-focused. But yeah, that's the reason why we didn't have just... Y'all probably didn't hear that one. That was the sound of a cat knocking a bowl off of the porch, and it made a loud clatter. Listen, I'm trying to stay focused here, but there's just way too much going on in the world around me. Okay, here's what we've managed to accomplish here today. We ran out of solar. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Solar panels, high voltage ones. I was just going to have double the number of them down there so we could guarantee we generated enough to get us through the night. But we didn't have that many. I took out what was in here, and, you know, in the last episode, they weren't regenerating because we just ate through all of the excess UU matter that we had been generating. Remember, for the course of this series, Brashad the AI, he set up that generator ages ago. So there was a big supply of UU matter being generated that got back into the system to create a lot of these things, automatically even, in an automated fashion. We burned through it. So we're now scraping the barrel to try to get by here. But leaving it on all night, even though we don't have a big supply of UU matter, here's what we do have, right? We got this. This is going to be filled up eventually. I think it's still going. I think it's going to keep going, if I'm not mistaken, until this is full, possibly, is how it's configured. I don't remember exactly. Or maybe... we'll check later. I think because of these machines... Right, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because we're using machines and not crafting tables, we're using a more traditional style of automation, which means that in here, all we have is an item sink. Yeah, there we go. So that'll run until this is full, and that's perfectly fine. We love to see it. This, though, this right here is where we're still struggling. I mean, we're not getting iridium ore built fast enough, and that's what pretty much all the UU matter right now is going towards. So that means that we can't really build a second bank because I don't think we'll be able to get enough solar panels. I might be able to take those out and we'll get like a small wave of them. You know, we might be able to get up to 16 out of there. But look, I understand I could just tie it all into the grid, but we've determined that this is how we're going to do this setup. We've decided that this is the system we're going with, and we're going to do banks of these, and that's just the way it is. So you got to learn to deal with that sometimes, and roll with it, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to wait. We're going to just wait it out until we actually have enough UU matter to build a second and a third bank, and then we'll do that then. And in the meantime, what we really need to do is build more teleporters, because gosh darn it, why was a teleporter never built for the opposite side of the factory? Why was that never a thing that was done? Also, there's a teleporting hub, but I'm not really sure how that works, and it requires a full PESU for itself, and I'm not about that life right now, so we're just going to build the regular teleporter. What is this? Portable teleporter? What is this? How does this work? Has this been seen before? Item right-click actions. Teleport the player to the target position. Item click on block actions. If the block is a teleporter, it will set it as your Really? I'm sorry? This isn't too complicated to build. What is a short-range telepads? They're used to transfer players and other living creatures short distances, 250 blocks, when linked to other teleport. What is this? This sounds cool. It uses EU. All right, all you got to have is, compressed titanium, which I think we've built before. I'm pretty sure we know how to do this. Titanium shards. I think you get this from a planet, don't you? Am I wrong? Yep. Which planet is this from? World Gen? Just enough. But what? Asteroids. So you go to asteroids. You mine yourself up some titanium shards. Right. That sounds pretty doable. And then... also, you'll need a beam core. That's easy. We can build that right now. And then you have these little teleporters. But I don't know why we'd want to use them as opposed to the ones we already have when we have to jump through all these hoops to build it anyway. And it's not going to take us between dimensions like these. If the recipe was like way simpler and easier to build, or maybe there was some way to... You know what I miss is the wand that we've had in previous series. I think in particular, Sky Factory series tends to have this thing. You just hold the wand, and you can either right-click and it'll zoop you through the air, or you can set up dedicated like teleporting pads that you stand on. And when you have the wand, you can zoop right to those pads, or you can stand on them and look around at other ones, and you can see them through space and time. It's pretty cool. I like that idea. First things first, let's head upstairs, though. You know, we're definitely going to build your regular bog standard teleporter, and we are going to go out here real quick and see whether or not we've had any progress on our trees. I understand. Listen, I know. We spend too much time out here. You know, this is basically turned into that time the Yogscast ended the Tekkit, the Jaffa factory, to pursue bees, and no one liked it, and I understand that, alright? Trust me, that's not lost on me, but we were invested at this point, so we're gonna see it through. That's all I can say. What have we got? We got a TEAK, everybody! Isn't that what we were going for? I'm pretty sure we wanted a TEAK, and then what can I use the TEAK? The TEAK can be used to make... Was it balsa? And then balsa can be used to make the thing that we wanted? What type of sapling were we trying to get this whole time? Hold on, we were trying to build it for this house here, right? It's balsa wood. Yeah, okay. So that's what I thought. I looked it up here, and balsa is just teak and acacia. We're so close! We're so close to actually doing it, and then what are we gonna do? Go take down his house and rebuild it? Absolutely not. But it'll be nice to have accomplished that. So if there have been any other mutations, or any other cross-pollinations, I'm not finding them. Which is odd, because it's been a while. I did leave it on overnight. I guess the bees weren't running, though. Because the bees stopped running. Is that like a different color, or is that just a shadow? I think it's just a shadow. The bees don't run overnight, you know, they just run till they die. Alright, well, let's go ahead, and we'll take down maybe this tree here. We're going to give this one charge, and then take down just this tree here. We're not going to be crazy. So we do teak, and then we do acacia, and we need lots of bone meal. And then it's just a matter of waiting for these two to be cross-pollinated, which I understand might take ages, just because... Oh, goodness. That's a cute little tree. It might take ages just because that's the only two, and who knows if it'll ever actually happen, but we can hope. Did I just spend 10 minutes shuffling bees around? Yes. Are you going to watch it? No. I'm not going to subject you to that, because I care about you and your time. And I've already wasted enough of it. Let's build a teleporter, shall we? I added the teleporter hub, but we're not building that. Let's not be silly. This in itself requires 2 teleporters, as well as iridium plate, which here's the thing. Can we even build that? Do we have any lying around? Before I commit to building this, first off, why did I come here? Let's not go to the penthouse. Let's go to the factory. Hopefully this will be one of the last times we use that teleport. It's useful if that's where you want to go, but more often than not, I feel like this is where we want to be. Over here. And we're not, because we simply do not have a teleporter over here. But iridium plate, I don't think we have, like, any of stocked up. It's all going to other projects. And we don't have any UU matter lying around to build. So we kind of just can't build that today, which sucks. It kind of looks like we're just going to be building some teleporters, but that's okay. That'll be fun in and of itself. It'll be progress is what it'll be. Why did I come here? I keep going and using the wrong teleporter. This one. We're going to repurpose this one to take us all the way clear to the other side of the factory is what we're going to do. That's what that one's going to do. We're going to build 3 new teleporters. At least 3 teleporters here today. So, can we do that inside of here? Do we have what we need inside of here already by chance? We're missing the frequency transmitter. Does it keep the frequency transmitter when it builds it? I actually don't remember whether or not it does. Really? What are we missing? Too many side projects got crafted in the process? There's some iridium plate in here, I just realized. How many did we need? We needed 4. Now, wait a minute. Hey! Now, wait just a gosh darn minute. We'll come back to that. There's a frequency transmitter. So, can we build one of these now? What if I swap that out? Can we build one of these now? You need glowstone dust. What if we swap that out? Can you build one of these now? You need glass fiber cable? Okay. Let's see. What can we get rid of? Probably the gold cable? Can you build one of these now? I mean, more glowstone dust, huh? I don't know if this is actually faster than just manually grabbing the individual components, but I would prefer to do it this way. We do need more frequency. Okay, let's see. We'll build... They don't stack, I think, is the issue. So we'll build... 3 is what we need. We've got 1, and then possibly 2 for this. So we'll need to build 5 total. So we got the 4 frequency transmitters now. And then it's just a matter of moving those in there one at a time. Oh, baby, what did we run out of? So many things. Copper block in particular. I wonder how many this is supposed to be manufacturing. Do we ever put a limit on it? It doesn't really matter one way or the other. Oh, look, it's getting dark. Now is a great time to demonstrate how well this thing holds up at night. So something I did want to note, because I'm sure someone out there was wondering, But no, it doesn't matter that the sun is not directly shining on this in the afternoons. It doesn't take into consideration direct line of sunlight. So in the morning, when the sun is very clearly not actually shining down here, as long as it's up and you have clear view of the sky, it works perfectly. But we are now in the nighttime or sunset hours, meaning it's cut off. But you saw there before, it didn't make a difference that the sun was like setting over there. But now we're drawing power from the MFSUs, and as you can see, it is draining it pretty quickly, but you gotta remember it's going to drain the outside ones in. For some reason, I think just because of the way that this thing calculates power consumption, it just defaults to draining all of the energy from the outside ones like at a faster rate than the ones in the middle. Now, I've never actually stopped to make sure that this continues running all night, so this might be like a good opportunity for us. We're not gonna like stay down here, but we'll go upstairs and continue working our teleporters, and we'll just kind of check in there from time to time. 4 and 5. 5 new teleporters. 3. How did I want to configure this? We'll need 2 down there, and we need 1 down. Hold on, I'm confused. It doesn't matter. What matters now, though, is are we going to attempt to build the portable teleporter? I want to say yes, we are. I want to say that we're going to do that. What exactly do we need here? So we need 6 advanced circuits. We need some iridium. We already have the iridium plate, thankfully, right here in my inventory. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if I came over here and I opened up IC Classic 2 and we had some UU matter. There you go. Should we hold on to that? We'll hoard 2 of them and we'll go throw one of them down. We have magnets too. We really don't need those magnets. We can go add those into the system. I don't need to be holding on to them. It might be, tell you what, we'll keep a stack. We'll keep a stack of UU matter. We'll keep a stack of magnets, and everything else goes and gets put into the system for furthering our setup here. So let's see. Here's to the backlog. There you go. That's going to be gone in an instant. Just you watch and wait. There it goes. Oh, but not completely. Oh, but because, never mind, no, because it has to get to a certain amount before it extracts it. Which I believe that amount is 7, because this is probably going to go directly into iridium construction. How are we doing on this, though? We're doing okay. Meanwhile, we need 16 plasma cores, and we should have that many. This poor system has been, like, struggling away trying to manufacture these, and I'm coming in here to take 16 of them. Why is that the amount that it's trying to hold? That I don't get, but whatever. 16 of those. And then we need 1 PESD, which is also being automated conveniently right over here. And we'll just take one of those. 6 advanced circuits. We probably have some of those lying around that I've collected for other projects that never got used. But for the sake of just, you know, being fully prepared, let's grab some new ones. What is that? Yeah, 6 of them. We have too many as it is. We have quite a few of those from the before days of the better automation system. Is that everything that we needed? Hold on. So 2 of those, 4 of those. Yep, looks like that's everything. We will need to make a new memory stick. We could sacrifice one that we have, but something tells me if I did that, we'd get to a point in this series where I'm like, oh yeah, we have some spare memory sticks right inside of here somewhere. Right there, and then, oh, we literally had one for everything you need to build teleporters. As well as generators. We never need to build generators. We're going to sacrifice this one. I've made that decision. I don't think you can do it in the project bench, because the project bench won't let you stack objects. So, we're going to need just like a regular crafting table for this. And we'll go ahead and build that. Maybe right next door to this one. Speaking of, do we have the crafting table? Hold on. Crafting... There's a crafting table, like MK... Is it the crafting table 4? Is this the sequel to the 3? This thing, if this is what I think it is, this thing was amazing back in the day, because the crafting table 3, I want to say is what it was called, would allow you to, if you had the items in your inventory, just click the item and it would construct it. So you had to kind of memorize the recipes, but you didn't need to memorize exactly where they went or go through the effort of putting everything in the correct order. Now, these days, you know, you can just grab the recipe like so and have your way. But I'm kind of more interested now in whether or not this is what I think it is. So we're going to build one of these. Welcome to episode 80 or 90 some odd of this series, where we're building one of the earliest game items one might build. This is the crafting table MK4. Let's get rid of this and we'll plop it down here. And yeah, that seems to be what it is. So if I toss all of this stuff in here, Why glowstone? Hello? Do you not work the way I think you work? Maybe this isn't what I thought it was. Okay, let's see. Portable... Yeah, you know what? Every so often in life, you do a thing, and it doesn't work out, and you know what you do? You carry on. Why do we have a piston? Why do we have 8 furnaces? These are the questions that'll haunt my nightmares. Is there room for this thing up here? Oh, there's a pocket crafting table. That's kind of a little bit more useful. I want to get this thing out of my inventory. I don't want to destroy it though. Put it in there with the enchantment books. That'll be fine. That'll be perfectly fine. Where's the portable crafting? Where did it go? Hold on. Portable crafting doohickey manufactory. There we are. We actually did it. A lot of you thought we wouldn't do it, but by golly, we've gone and done it now. Now we have to get to our charger, which is behind a large screen monitor. We should consider, and this is just an idea, but we should consider relocating the advanced monitor to some other place. How long is this going to take? Oh my, but it does hold a lot of energy, doesn't it? I didn't consider how annoying it would be to have to constantly charge this, but also, is this even the best charging pad? Hold on. Are there better charge pads? I don't know if there are. I feel like the fission one, yeah, appears to be the best one. Is it good on power, though? It has a pretty big power storage system. You know what we could do, if we wanted to be able to charge this thing without thinking about it, is we could figure out where do we stand a lot when I'm just, like, monologuing and yapping. Where do I tend to stand? Where, like, right here, for example. I think we spend a lot of time, maybe even right here, actually, not right up on top of the crafting table. But we could just plop a charge pad, like, right here, and then when I'm doing crafting and things, it'll just be passively charging whatever I have in my hand at the time. And then maybe the same over here with the bees. Just throw down another one, like, right here, if you please, so that we can, like, get around here to all of these things while we're working. Just an idea. Speaking of ideas, we're gonna head down here real fast. Maybe a little faster than this, please. Maybe not. We're gonna check and see how we're doing here. So, the outermost MFSUs have still not run dry, and the inner ones are a little past halfway. I'm wondering now, though, can I just leave this thing here for a bit? Is there a way to charge this thing inside of here? Inside of an MFSU? I guess there isn't. What if I just tossed it into a solar panel? Understandably, there's no power right now, so I can't do that. Looks like I'm gonna have to stand on the pad and charge it. But for now, we gotta clear this out and add more teleporting bays. I don't have lights, I don't have extra basalt, I don't really have anything I need for this. How are we doing on power, though, in the few seconds? I think the sun's gonna be coming up here soon. And we've not burned through the outermost MFSU still, but it's getting close. If you were wondering, using these teleporters doesn't eat into the power from over there, because they are individually charged directly from the solar panel that is designed to power the big electric flux generator that is designed to power just the logistics power junction. So, I think we're fine. We should have eaten through all the power in the external system, though. By now, surely? Not quite? I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be just fine. I'd like to stay down here and, like, verify, but here comes the sun. I'll tell you what, yeah, let's stay down here and verify. This will be good. Because I've just sort of been assuming that we had enough juice. Didn't we do the math and figure out that there was enough power to keep these going for about 16 minutes? So that should have been plenty. So it is slowly decreasing. The sun is coming up. We don't quite have solar energy yet. We'll know when it kicks in, though. And again, it is eating through the ones on the outside first. So these are going to... Oh, they're going back up. They're filling back up. We've got sun. We've got sun. So now they're going to slowly... I guess now it's a matter of waiting and seeing whether or not they actually fill up throughout the course of the day. Or not. Now, these are going to fill up much more rapidly because, remember, in the same way that those are the first to drain, they are the last to recharge. These are going to recharge at a faster pace towards the center. None of that... Let's focus on what we're actually doing. You know what? Relevancy is a thing that we need to learn to practice. You know what? It is not just lights and things we need. We need MFSUs as well. That's sort of important for teleporters. I'm not sure if you folks knew that or not. Glass fiber cables, also very important. Need to keep these on you at all times. You never know when you're going to be expected to plug things in. So, little word of advice, keep it all handy. All right, there we go. That looks pretty decent. And then I do have the mercurial eye set up and ready to go. Getting all that tidied up and looking a lot better. Nothing worse than just bare stone, you know what I mean? No one likes that. You don't want that in your life. I can't quite see... Yeah, there you go, it does hook in. Perfect. I guess I could see better than I anticipated. And we'll throw down the MFSU. And we'll throw down the teleporter. Wonderful. So, that was a mistake. Can I just break this with a regular... This isn't... I don't think that this is a thing that you have to have a electric wrench for, or even a precision wrench, which I know is right in front of me, I just have to track it down. But maybe we also shouldn't just, like, smack it, because we're not sure. And the last thing I want to do is break one of these teleporters we've done all this hard work to manufacture. So, we're going to get a reinforced stair, because I think that's how we did all these other ones, right? Yeah. Lovely little reinforced stair on top, and a lovely little bit of marble. And then we've got to get the last ingredients, which are a button and a sign. And I'll tell you what else. These are not the right buttons, first off. So get rid of sign, and then find me the correct style of button. There we go, stone buttons. We might redo some of these. We might have factory, like, west and factory east. And then this will be the penthouse, which means we're going to have to reprogram all of these. And in fact, now that I've said it, where are we going to put these back in the factory? Let's find the frequency doohickey first off. We had a frequency transmitter. We've used it many times. Every time, in fact, we've tried to set up one of these teleporters. So, I don't quite understand what could have happened to it or why it's not in our bag. It's not a difficult thing to construct. We can just make a new one. It's just, I know that we have some already, so I don't know where they've gone. Let's go to the factory first off, and let's figure out where we're going to set these up. I guess maybe right about here, but tucked inside of the wall would be kind of cool. And it would be pretty conveniently located compared to all of the other places we tend to want to go out here. Because normally when we come over here, this is the corner we go to. This is the corner where we spend the most of our time when we are here on the factory floor. So this, I think, makes the most sense. The issue now is placement and power. So how do we get juice to it? There's not really any power leads in the direct vicinity. We gotta remember to use an HV transformer to bring the power down. Because there is power literally right here. I guess we could slap an HV transformer right here, and then have it go into an MFSU, and then have the teleporter be right on top of that, and it'll be a little bit messy down below, but it'll look fine from the factory floor, which is... that's okay. So these? It could be these. These look right. HV transformer. That's correct. And, yeah, no one... If we ever do tours of the factory, no one's ever gonna actually, you know, get down here. We could tuck a lot of this stuff back behind it, if we wanted to, and kind of keep it out of sight, with this, for some reason, this part of the roof is a little bit lower than all the others. We could take advantage of that. We're not going to. We're just going to plop this down right here, and then plop down a glass fiber cable to carry the juice. And actually, is that the input or the output? We can check. Okay, that's an input. We want to flip that right back around before we blow anything up. MFSU. No explosions so far. Flip that right side up. And then right above it here, going to put down our teleporter. And our button. And our sign that we will label... What are we going to label it? We're going to call it the Nexus. Because I don't think we really call that area where all of the teleporters are anything just yet. And we're going to, from now on, call it the Nexus. So we will hook that into here. And then what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to rename these... let's see, the north is directly in a thiswardly direction. So this is west and this is east. So we'll have factory west and factory east. So yeah, penthouse is getting moved. It's going to become... Well, first off, we'll pair these two together. Link established. Does it work? That was horrifying. Why did I almost die? Was it the sign? Wait, hold on. No, isn't that the same place the signs are in here? Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's rename this sign. Factory, and then in brackets, east. Wonderful. Or we could just do... well, I've messed that one up. That one's going to have to get redone anyway. What I was going to say is what we could do if we wanted to just be one line. We could do factory, and then, like, W for west. Factory west. And then we could do the same over here. And just have it be... not the same, because that would be useless. But we'll do factory east. And then we'll remake this one as the penthouse. Which does mean that I now have to do this. Why does that one injure me? Why? I mean, it doesn't hurt. It's not going to kill me, I don't think. It's just annoying. We'll have to relink this one now, though. Wowzers, but this is quite a flight. Straight up. It feels like it takes a really long time, too. It's a good thing that there is a teleporter up here. And that this is hopefully the last time we'll ever have to make the flight all the way up. There we go. Link established, and then we want to note that this is the Nexus link. Wonderful. And then back to the Nexus we go. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not what I did. That's not what I did! Oh, I forgot to clear it. Oh, no. Big bozo energy. Falling takes just as long. Okay. Penthouse, and then we shift and right-click to clear the dang thing. And then we select Factory East. We go back to Factory West. I can't believe I did that very basic mistake. That is an embarrassment. Alright, and then we just right-click it. Then shift right-click to go ahead and immediately erase it so we don't make that mistake again. But that'll take us back to here. This will take us back to the penthouse as soon as we actually put down a button. Which is interesting, because that means we've never used this teleporter before. Again with the damn... Why? That's not right! Where do you take me? You son of a gun. That... Wait, Wait, no, penthouse, though. That should take me... You've got to be shrekking me right now. You've got to be shrekking me. Oh my gosh. We're gonna get old going up and down this thing, I tell ya. So, there we go, link established. Where do you currently take me? Unbelievable. Okay. Penthouse. Please take me to the penthouse. Please take me to the Nexus. Please take me to the Factory East. Please take me to the Nexus. Please take me to Factory West. Please take me to the Nexus. We've done it. And in case you were curious about the progress of the recharge, it's going along. It's not quite going along as fast as I thought it would, though. Do we need to double the number of solar panels? Is that truly what we need to do? For now, as the sun sets, which it is doing, and, yeah, that stuff downstairs is not charged. You might be wondering, well, geez, Reese, didn't you leave it on for, like, a whole, like, 16 hours? And it was charged when you came back. Yeah, look, I'm gonna confess something to you folks. There's a command you can punch into the game called do day-night cycle, where you can make it never get dark. And if you're leaving your computer and you want to create UU matter all night, dadgummit, that's a surefire effective way to do it, let me tell you. I'm not saying that's what I did. I'm just saying that it's possible that such a maneuver could have been used. Okay? I'm just saying that maybe that's what happened, and it certainly would have resulted in, 16, 20 straight hours of real lifetime of product generation without power ever going out. We're going to probably, because I'm not going to pay attention to this. I'm going to forget that it's nighttime, and I'm going to not sleep. And we're going to want to maybe add more solar panels. It's fun. It's fun. Or get the ones that keep running a little bit at night. That is actually what I want to do. That is what I want to do. Because I think those generating at night, along with a full buffer in the MFSU, that is going to be what actually keeps us going all night. But for right now, we've done a great job here. Let's figure out how the heck you're supposed to use this now. The portable teleporter. If we go back upstairs here, I think the idea is that we click it onto a teleporter. So let's just use this one here. I think that one goes to no teleporting target. What if I shift click on it? Target set. Okay. And then from no matter where I am in the world, I can just right-click and be back here. That's pretty handy. How much power did that use, though? I don't remember how much was in there to start with. Is that the most useful place to have it right now? Because no matter where we are, we tend to want to get back into there. Or should we put it at the Nexus? If we assign it to a teleporter at the Nexus, I wonder if it even needs to be charged. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you need power for it to work? If I slapped a teleporter down right here without any power on it, some of you are going to think this is crazy, but hear me out, okay? Because it's just using this as a target. Oh, hold on. Target set. Yeah, it doesn't even need to be plugged into juice. Meaning no matter where I am in the world, if I'm, like, off far away, like, let's say I'm, first off, let's rename this. It's no longer Space Center, right? What is this now? It's B-Land. Or, you know what? It's the B-Wing, right? You know, like to have A-Wings and B-Wings and whatnot? I'm not talking about Star Wars, but as soon as I said, you know, like A-Wings and B-Wings, the first thing that went through my mind was a hospital, followed very quickly by just Star Wars starfighters zooming through my head. To clarify, I mean like in a building. We'll have the West Wing, or if you go in a hospital, they're like, oh yes, babies, A-Wing, go that way. This is the B-Wing, where bees are made, okay? But now, let's say we fly away, and let's say we're dealing with, I don't know, let's say we're talking to a pigman here. What's up, buddy? Absolutely, sir. I'll go do that for you. I'll be right back. Oh, did it not work? Is it out of power? Do you have to be within a certain distance of it? There we go. I'm assuming that what happened there was we just didn't have enough power, yeah, to get me all the way back to here. It's handy, though, because then from there I can go anywhere I need to go. The issue is going to be, though, that it has to be charged, and we have to recharge it. And I mean, it's gonna take so dang long to charge it like this. But there are no faster charging pads. We have the Fission charge pad. If you look up charge pads, that's the peak right there. So unless we cover the ground in charge pads, which I am not opposed to, can you imagine every square inch of the factory floor being a charge pad? There's no way to wirelessly charge these things, I think. Is there? Comment down below, let me know. That would be really handy. Go ahead and add this over here, and then we're going to check for wireless. Let's see what we get. Yeah, nothing in here for wirelessly charging devices, which is a gosh darn shame, because that would be super useful. But I think we're just going to have to build Fission charge pads and put them in more convenient places than where this one is. Which we can't do because we've burned through all of our iridium plate now. I don't think the rest of these were particularly difficult to construct, but for right now we've just got this one, and I guess what I'll do is I'll just stand here and charge it. Thank you folks for watching. God bless you. I'll see you later. Goodbye and Merry Christmas to you all.